Well, in the city management profession, before I worked for ICMA, I was a city manager for 27 years. We may be a bit biased on the topic, but we think local cities that have professional management combined with elected officials who really have the pulse of the community is a really efficient and effective way to manage a city and create a great environment. So the key is in our view, is to have really well-trained professionals who really ascribe to high levels of integrity, and in our profession, the ICMA has a code of ethics. And managers who are both very professional and skilled, but also have high integrity and abide by our code of ethics, we think that combination can be very effective for our community. But when it was about 5 or 6 weeks ago, we first heard that Bell was having difficulty in finding professional assistance to help it recover from the serious problems of not only what has been visible the last year, but really for many years. And as a professional association, in combination with the League of California Cities, as well as the California City Management Foundation, once we became aware that people were shying away apparently from assisting Bell, maybe because of all the negative publicity, maybe because of the significant challenges, we wanted to step in and help them find an appropriate city manager, and then that city manager can help them find an appropriate management team to really work with the council and really try to bring this community back to where they all want it to be. Really, the city council took the first step. The current city council took the first step by running for election and kind of changing the city from the council perspective. What we wanted to do is step in and assist them from the city management profession perspective in getting them that professional management that would help them bring the community back. And again, we found out that they were having difficulty, again, as I mentioned, because of the perceptions about the community. But once we really reached out to our broader city management community, we were really very pleased with the kind of response that we received. People understood that the story of Bell, even though it was very difficult for our profession because of all the publicity about the previous management, that really was an opportunity for us to turn that story around and make the story of Bell a much more positive story, an example of where professional city management can work with the community and make a real difference. So we were very pleased by the response we got from the city management community in California. In particular, of course, that resulted in Ken Hampion stepping in on very short notice to come on a pro bono basis to serve the community, and he's been very well received and has made great progress in just a very few weeks. And then while he was filling in, it gave us an opportunity to recruit somebody who'd be able to stay for a longer period of time. And again, we're very pleased that one of the best people in our profession, as Ken is also, Arnie Croce, former city manager San Mateo, was willing to step in and was selected by the city council to help them over the next 6 to 9 months. We think over that period of time that the situation here will stabilize, and then Arnie's really going to be able to help them recruit a permanent city manager and really create an environment that will be much more reassuring and much more stable for a permanent manager to come on board. Well, most of the feedback's been kind of secondary because we've been working directly with the city council. But what was really amazing to us is when, as soon as we made our offer to provide them assistance, the response of the mayor and city council was extremely positive. We were, very pleased by how gracious they were and how willing they were to accept our assistance. And they've been as gracious and as positive all the way through the process. It takes a lot of trust to associate with people you hadn't worked with before and with organizations you may not have a lot of experience with and say, and this is the city council doing this, saying, we will trust you to help us. And if you tell us that if we do such and such, that will be a positive thing, we will work with you and we'll have trust in you that that is indeed the right thing. And that's the reception that we've heard. We've heard secondarily also that the community itself is feeling more confident, feeling better about their circumstances. Now again, this is just what I tell people is the beginning of the rebirth of Bell. It's just creating the initial foundation to really work on a whole myriad of issues and a whole number of challenges. So while we're off to a good start by getting the right team in place, the team is really going to have to work very hard to sort through a number of issues and a number of concerns. And I think the community in particular will want to see the kind of the proof of the efforts over a period of months and eventually over a period of years in trying to bring the community back. Well, Arnie Croce, again, picking up from Ken Hampion, will be in a better position to really make that assessment and decide what are the next best steps going forward. But clearly, based on my conversation with them, finance is a very big issue. Really, the financial situation needs to be carefully assessed, needs to be determined what exactly is the financial condition of the city, and then appropriate steps need to be taken in order to stabilize that. Clearly, the whole issue about reestablishing trust in the community through what we call transparency, which making the work of the city very clear, obvious, and open to the public, by community engagement, by making sure the public knows how to get involved with their community and does get engaged with the community. There are key positions in the city staff organization that are currently vacant. Over the period of time, those will need to be filled with the right staff people. And again, just making sure that as all of the different issues are being looked at, that those priorities are set on what to focus on first and what to carry through on those. And of course, finding a permanent long-term city manager, as I said, over that 6 to 9 month period is also high on that list as well. Oh, it really has. Again, we have we have a bit of a bias in our profession. We really believe in what we do and why it's important, and we'll even go as far as Afghanistan and Kosovo and Iraq in order to help communities learn the value of professional government management and help improve their cities. So when we heard that Bell was struggling, and when we made that offer, it was very gratifying not only to ICMA as an organization, but all of us who've been involved either as staff members or members of the association to really be able to demonstrate, in a challenging situation, what difference professional city management can make. And we're pleased with the start, but we're really looking forward to how it goes over the next months and years.